Welcome to the Industry 4.0 Club's Fireside Chat. The club's purpose is to engage the power of diverse worldwide talent to accelerate the global evolution to Industry 4.0. We accomplish this by hosting and supporting respectful, thoughtful, and interdisciplinary open conversations and creating quality content on wide-ranging Industry 4.0 topics to expand the reach of our community. My name is Mike Ungar, and I am the CEO of the Industry 4.0 Club. I've got over 40 years of leadership and management experience, with most of that in manufacturing at Michelin. I'm joined today by my co-host, Mike Yost, who's chairman of the club. Mike, would you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Thank you, Mike. Welcome, everybody. My name is Mike Yost. I'm the volunteer chairman of the Industry 4.0 Club, one of the co-founders and Mike's co-host on these events. I've been in industry for about 35 years, with the last 15 years on the industrial nonprofit side. So I'm super excited to have our guests here today and talk about the incredible work that they are doing.
Thanks, Mike. So the club is excited to talk today with Edmund, Bradford, and Leila Bardasuc about the 2025 Sustainability World Cup. We're going to focus on smart sustainability and Industry 4.0 through this conversation. So let me introduce our guests. Edmund is an educator and entrepreneur in market-driven sustainable growth strategy. He has over 30 years of experience designing and implementing strategic growth initiatives around the world. His corporate experience includes working with leading brands in many industry sectors. He has written extensively about strategic marketing, strategic account management, and sustainable business growth. Edmund is also a teaching associate at Warwick Business School, which is part of Warwick University, a former teacher at Swansea University, and a co-founder of the Sustainability World Cup, as well as an experienced judge at various UK and international business awards.
And also joining us here today is Leila, who is a professor and researcher at Universidad Europea in Spain and co-founder of the Sustainability World Cup. She has expertise in transformation of business models, marketing, communication, and digital transformation, teaching these topics at master's level students in several disciplines. Like Edmund, Leila designs innovative learning experiences, activities, and courses that stimulate creativity, sustainable approach, collaboration, and strategic thinking. She has been a guest before, so we welcome you back, Leila. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
In addition to her work at the university, Leila is involved in several projects such as Santinella Solution for Industry 4.0, AI for Sustainability, or the Incubation and Acceleration Program at Team Labs, helping companies and universities transform through her strategy of kindness. Now, Market to Win produces simulation games to teach students and executives about student growth. These games are now used in many universities around the world for MBA, master's, and undergraduate programs. Through Market to Win, Edmund and Leila are leading the 2025 Sustainability World Cup, and they're here today to share more about this opportunity and discuss how Industry 4.0 drives sustainability. Welcome to both of you.
It's my pleasure.
Excellent.
Our pleasure. Thank you for the invitation.
Certainly.
Yeah, it's great to have you both here. Just a quick comment for those listening on LinkedIn. If you have a question for Leila or Edmund, if you put it in the comment box, we'll do our best to have it presented to them for them to be able to respond. So, again, welcome Leila and Edmund. I'd like to start with just maybe explaining what is the 2025 Sustainability World Cup. A lot of folks are probably not familiar with it.
Well, maybe I'll go first on that. It's an interesting initiative. It's I can describe it as an online program where you learn about sustainability while playing a game. So it's kind of like, train while you game. And a big thank you to the Industry 4.0 because you were helpful in us running our first program back in 2024, which was tremendously successful, more successful than I thought that Leila and I would ever have dreamed of. And so we're back again to talk about the 2025 program. So it's pretty much that, an initiative where people can join online. We put them into teams. It is what it says on the tin. It's a World Cup program. So we get teams from all over the world to play against each other, learn about sustainability, have a bit of fun, a bit of competitiveness, with some nice awards at the end of it, and plenty of opportunities as we go through the program to learn about the subject and interact with other people.
Wonderful. Leila, anything that you would like to add to that?
I think that Ed described it perfectly. We really want to teach participants how to balance profitability with sustainability, or as we like to say, how to navigate the intersection between profits, planet, and people. So the best part, it's a hands-on, immersive, and directly applicable to the real-world experience. You practice in a risk-free environment as well, and using data.
Okay. So Ed mentioned that last year was the first year that you ran the program, 2024. Do you have any enhancements, anything you learned from 2024 that you're going to be integrating into this year's program?
Yes, Mike. We've looked at all the feedback and thought about it, talked to people, and there's a few things we're going to do which I think will be much improved this year. So, first of all, I think the feedback we got from participants is that they really enjoyed the networking opportunities. Now, I have to be careful about this because it's a game at the end of the day. And you wouldn't want, if it's a World Cup competition, you wouldn't want Team America talking too much to Team France. All right. So we've got to be a little bit careful about it, but we are going to be introducing more networking opportunities for the 2025 program. We want to try and expand those networking opportunities. And to do that, we've got some really interesting software that we're going to be using as well to help plug people together. So that's a really, really good enhancement. So that's one thing we're doing, much more networking opportunities. We've got more experts involved. I don't know, Leila, do you want to just talk about maybe some of the, so we've got more experts that people can interact with during the program. Leila, I don't know if you want to pick up on that particular point.
Yeah, and on that point, more learning and networking, we have added a new podcast, so the Sustaining Success podcast, with a lot of guest speakers from participants, new judges joining in, and Industry 4.0 leaders as well, sustainability experts, digital transformation pioneers who are joining this podcast and who are joining also the program as experts. So I think that that's a good place to continue that networking. And throughout the whole year, we have this type of sessions during the Sustaining Success podcast. And we have also a stronger corporate involvement. Companies who are sponsoring the competition can integrate their case studies within the competition, so more know-how. This is how we can learn about real industry challenges while we showcase as well innovation. And a bigger global platform. At the end of the day, this is the scope, to have a bigger global platform.
Yeah, that sounds really exciting. I think your thoughts on adding, when you have a lot of it, this networking thing is so important, especially I think if I'm charged with improving or working on sustainability in my company, it's great to have resources and to know people that I can engage with, ask with, and collaborate with. So I think that's phenomenal that you've increased the number of experts and the networking with the program. Leila, maybe I could just ask you a couple of questions about Industry 4.0 and smart sustainability. Have you seen some examples of where Industry 4.0 has helped to drive sustainability from different companies or even from other case studies you've been aware of?
That's a very good question. Thank you for that. I strongly believe that Industry 4.0 is not just about efficiency. I think that it is about sustainable transformation. And because you mentioned smart sustainability, we mean to use digital tools to create measurable environmental and business impact, right? This is something that at the Sustainability World Cup, we talk about sustainable growth. In my experience with the Sustainability World Cup, working as well with students at Europea, working with companies that innovate in Industry 4.0 like Sentinella, really led me to believe this, that it is all about sustainable transformation. And if we are just to take a quick look at what we have right now as examples, we have real-time monitoring and diagnostics. A lot of companies are already using AI-driven monitoring, right? They use it to reduce energy waste, they use it to optimize production in manufacturing, and this is a game changer for resource efficiency. And it is something that we are already doing, and we should connect that monitoring and diagnostics with the sustainability part and reporting. Then we have predictive maintenance. We are predicting failures before they happen, so we reduce that downtime. This is critical for both cost reduction and both sustainability. We have digital twins and simulations, and here is the connection that I'm making with the simulations that we use, and the Sustain to Win simulation that we use in the Sustainability World Cup, because Industry 4.0 tools allows us to test sustainable strategies in a virtual environment before implementing it, right? We ensure lower risk, we ensure optimized outcomes, and then we have smart materials, we have circular economy. We have all these solutions that helps us as a business to track resource flows, design for reuse, and implement circular economy principles in all the manufacturing and supply chain. So I really believe that Industry 4.0 is turning costs into a competitive advantage. And that's exactly the mindset that we try to instill in the participants of the Sustainability World Cup. Because when they compete, they can put into practice those strategies, but they also see the reduced in waste, how they use land, how they use water in production. So they already get to tackle the main problems and not see them as problems anymore. Convert them into opportunities.
But you mentioned, Michael, you mentioned earlier this idea of people, profit, and planet. And I think what you just described is how the planet and profit really marry together when you think about sustainability.
Definitely.
Yeah. And if I and the way to, I think, to understand one that's one good thing about simulations, just picking up on Leila's point there, is that you can read about this stuff, you can attend courses on this stuff. But the nice thing, as you know in Industry 4.0 about simulation, is that you can play around with it, you can test things, see how they work. And I think from a learning point of view, that means you build your skill in strategic growth, let's say sustainable growth, not just your knowledge in that area. So you become more competent, more confident in dealing with those issues. And we all know, I've been involved in many different companies. We all know this, for example, there's a huge tension between short-term results and long-term sustainable growth. And through a simulation, you can play around with those ideas. You can change your objectives as a company. You can respond to a changing competitive environment. You can respond to changing macroeconomic forces that are in the simulation. So it's all a good way of playing around with these things in what we call a safe environment. Nobody will be sacked if you get it wrong in the simulation, but those learnings will help you to reduce the risk in real life. So it has some really important implications.
And I think that's a really powerful way to frame it. Both from this perspective that it's a safe space that you're simulating, right, and you're learning along the way, and then also the fact that the technology is in support of a sustainable outcome that you're driving at. And I think by and large, as an industry, we're learning that those go together, that you're trying to do something good for the environment, or you're trying to do something that has a positive outcome in that area. But along the way, you're going to get operationally efficient. You're going to improve your business. You're going to be more profitable. So I think this is a great way for folks to to learn together in this type of environment. And so I guess just quickly, I want to remind everybody that we are live now, and if you have questions that you'd like to ask, please go ahead and put them in the comments section, and we will ask them if and as they are appropriate in the conversation here. But I guess one thing that jumps to mind, maybe you could talk about the makeup of the participants. Is there a particular audience that you'd like to see or has been participating so far, either a type of role or a particular industry segment? Sort of who do you typically see involved in the cup?
Well, shall I go on that, Leila? I think it's interesting because if you go back to 2024, the first time we ran this, and you look at the participants that were in that, they came from all different backgrounds. So half of them were from the academic world. There were professors or students.
Okay.
So you've got a whole range of experience there, from say young people, doing a degree and about to enter the workforce, through to I would say experts in perhaps one particular area of sustainability, for example, and want to know more about the sort of broader aspects of it. And then you've got half our other participants were from the professional world, including some Americans. Thanks to Industry 4.0. So we had industrial people in there, people from a sort of manufacturing background, and we had people from the services background, obviously from different countries, male and female. And my general view of running simulations generally is that they tend to, because it's a game, it tends to appeal to all walks of humanity. We all like to play a game. If you pin me down and said, okay, that means everybody, Ed, so try and be a bit more focused than that. I would say, yeah, if you're new to sustainability, you might be a senior person in a function, and you can see sustainability coming your way, either from within your company or from a partner company or from a supplier or from a customer, and you want to just get briefed up on the subject. That's very useful if you're a student and you're thinking about understanding the subject because maybe you want to go into a career in that area. Then for those people that want a good foundation in the subject, I would say those are the perfect kind of profile of people to come to us. We've had, having said that, as I said, we have people who are experts in sustainability, but they're very focused in one particular area, like circularity, for example. Mm-hmm. They don't know anything about ethics, or don't know anything about purpose-driven leadership. Yeah, and so they want to get a much more rounded view of the whole subject. So you can come in as an expert, but I think the main thing is that your ambition is to get a good, grounded, foundation in the whole subject.
And thank you for that. And so, if we're speaking to potential participants here, what would you hope that they would take away from participating in the program?
For me, yes. Thank you. And what we've seen from 2024, I really want participants to walk away with the confidence to lead sustainability initiatives, whether it's in their own teams, companies, startup industries, universities. I would like for them to have a systems thinking mindset, to understand that sustainability is not a separate function, and how we can use it as a strategic decision within the business model. A lot of real world skills that we need today, how to make data driven decisions, for instance. Mm-hmm. I would like for them to be a part of a global network and use that networking. So to connect and to have different opportunities from connecting with industry leaders, with mentors, other professionals, entrepreneurs, and to have a lot of opportunities beyond the competition. Because we've seen that many participants are securing internships, jobs, partnerships. They come up with new business ideas, new projects based on what they accomplished during the program or what they've seen as innovative during the program, and they just want to test it. So it's the step, Ed says it's the halfway step to the real world, right? So taking everything and making it happen after the program.
Well, and that's a great segue into asking you, if someone wants to participate, do they need a team or they can sign up as an individual? How large are the teams? Can you kind of give us a little more insight into that?
Yeah, indeed. I think you can do it either way. So you can sign up individually, and we will put you into a team. So if you do sign up to participate in the program, we ask you some questions, obviously about your background, and we try to find, I think what you know as natural groups. So we're trying to find teams that naturally form together for the program. So, for example, people in a similar time zone is obviously useful for online collaboration. Mm-hmm. So you can do it individually, or you can bring friends with you. We do have an incentive program, like a 2-for-1 offer. So if you refer a friend, then you get another place free. And if you're working in a company and you want to send a small team from your company, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. You can take advantage of our offers and get a few people from your company through the program in one go.
Is there a logical minimum team size that you've seen that's most effective?
Yes, there is. I'll pick up that later because I think it's interesting. It's an interesting point. Definitely. Any team less than 3 tends to struggle a little bit. So we like to try to have teams of say 3 to 5. If they're more than 5, there's a danger they might break up into subgroups, and one person doesn't know what everybody else is doing. Especially with online teams that have to coordinate their activities online. So I would say we're looking for teams of about 3 to 5 people. Nice small teams where you can really go deep, interact, get to know each other. We know from 2024 that many of those teams have really formed, good friendships and have ended up planning to meet, even when they've been in different countries. I think, for example, in Europe, we've had teams that have actually travelled to meet after the competition's finished because they've really got to know each other so well during the program. Small teams of 3 to 5. The other thing I'll say, by the way, if you don't mind me saying so, if another good way to send a team is to be a sponsor, and that could potentially be the most cost-efficient way for anybody to do it, is just to be a sponsor, and you get free places as part of the sponsorship package, which is another thing we've improved from 2024. And
I'm assuming this is where you can go to sign up, if I'm correct about that, right?
That is indeed, yeah. So it's www.sus-world-cup.com. So Sus World Cup with 2 dashes in there, .com. And that's a really good place to find it. That takes you to our website, and you'll see all the information there on there. There's a little form at the bottom where you can get in touch if you've got any questions, or even just sign up if you want to go ahead and sign up.
And do you anticipate people that participated last year to participating again, or is this all for new people?
Well, that's a good question, Mike. And to be honest with you,
very good question.
We're not we're not chasing now. If I go to people that play the game, let's say universities, we do get students who might swap programs or would play one simulation, in an undergraduate program, but at the same university go to a postgraduate program and do one of our different simulations. So we do get students playing twice. And if they do that, I say to them, don't think that the strategy you did in simulation A would work in simulation B, or don't even think it will happen again if you play simulation A again. It's like any game, you need a different strategy for different circumstances. So I'm not against, if people want to play, Leila might debate this with me online, but I'm not against anybody playing it again if they've done it in 2024.
Exactly.
But they're not our focus. Our focus is to bring new players in and to expand the game. Yeah. Leila, I don't know, Leila.
Leila, what do you think?
Yeah, I completely agree. I completely agree because even if you play the simulation again and participate again, you're going to be in a different team. You're going to have a different role. Maybe this time you want to be the team leader, or you want to be in charge of other part of the strategy. And we have so many teams with so many people. We had last year participants from 17 countries. So the dynamics of the game is in continuous change, such as in the real world.
Yes.
So the same strategy that you applied is not going to work because all the other teams, all the other participants are moving in real time and are taking different decisions. So you need to adapt to that. So you can participate. I'm sure that every time that you participate, and that you're going to learn different things and have different results. But it's true that we want to grow the competition, and this is why we want to have even more participants from more diverse backgrounds and places, so that we can bring experience to the game.
Excellent. Thank you for that. And I guess, Mike, could you put that website back up again? I guess, so if folks are curious, there's information there. I mean, they can get their questions answered and reach out if they have specific questions. Is that the place to go?
Yes, definitely. And if you want to also get an early preview before signing up, we have a big pre-launch forum on the 13th of March. And that would be a perfect opportunity if you want to meet past participants, industry leaders, some of our current judges. So basically everyone who will be part of the 2025 journey will be attending, Ed and myself as well. I hope that both of you can also join.
Yeah.
And we can meet there before the competition starts on the 23rd of April. So the final deadline to enter the competition is 9th of April, correct, Ed? I'm not mistaken?
Yes, it is correct. Yeah, it's a good point. There's a couple of important dates, I think. First of all is, the 9th of April is the deadline for entry. However, I'm sure if you don't mind me putting my sales hat on for a moment, that you do get a 50% discount if you sign up before the 20th of March. You will get 50% off. So why wait? Don't wait till the 9th of April. You'll just be spending more money. Sign up. So we had an institution sign up last week, and they took full advantage of the discount and the 2-for-1 offer, and they really did well out of it. So. My message is don't delay, sign up, and get onto it as quickly as possible. And it covers over, maybe I should say, the competition proper starts on Wednesday, 23rd of April, and it runs for about 6 weeks online, so about 40 days, and it finishes on the 1st of June. So you can work it around your schedule. If you've got a heavy week, and if you're in a team, then your teammates can share the load for that week. We have people, you can work at evenings, you work at weekends on it because it's online. We have some interesting stories in 2024. Leila might remember more of them than I do, but anecdotally, we know one of them had a baby during the program and still managed to do it. Others had holidays, work commitments, the usual thing, and still managed to get through the program. Yeah. So that's the nice thing about running it over several weeks, is that you can contribute over the whole period of the program. It doesn't matter too much if you have a heavy day now and again. And the awards, actually, I'll just finish off by saying the awards, which again we're making more of, much more centre stage this year. The Digital Enterprise Show in Malaga, in Spain. The awards will be announced. The winners of the awards in the game will be announced on the 10th and 11th of June in Malaga, and will be streamed online if you can't make it to Spain. So the awards event will be a much bigger and better event than we had in 2024 as well.
And then you'll have, so the 13th of March is a date where folks can get all of this information as well, right? So I encourage anybody that's interested, curious at all, to sign up for the 13th event and be there and learn more about this, about the competition. So thank you for that.
Yeah, that's great. So we're about ready to wrap up. We've been talking for the last 30 minutes or so with Ed Bradford and Leila Bardasuc about the 2025 Sustainability World Cup. Leila, any final comments before we wrap up?
Well, first, to thank you for having us. It's been great to spend the International Day of Women in Science together with the three of you. So it's been a pleasure. And for me, like a final thought for our audience, I think that this competition has been one of the main proofs for me that the future is not built alone; it's built together, and that sustainability is not a challenge; it's an opportunity.
Thank you for that. Ed, how about yourself? Any final thoughts?
Yeah, a couple of thoughts, very quick. I think we all know what's happening in America with sustainability, but I would say that anyone dealing with Europe, for example, has to know what's happening in Europe in terms of sustainability. There's a lot of regulations coming through, and the program again gives you good opportunities to get your head around how to make sure you don't fall foul of what's happening in Europe. And finally, I'll just say that we do need some teams from USA. Yeah. So if any of your American audience listen to this, wouldn't it be great if Team America brought back some of the top awards from the program? So let's try and get some Team USA going in this, representing your country and making your country proud from winning some of the awards in the actual program.
Well, we appreciate that, and I think to Leila's point, if you look at sustainability as an opportunity, then we should all be interested in it. So hopefully we'll get that kind of support from the U.S. and beyond.
Yeah, thank you. So just to kind of wrap up, then we've been talking for the last 30 minutes with Ed and Leila. I want to thank them for joining us, for sharing this information about the 2025 Sustainability World Cup and its impact that Industry 4.0 can have on sustainability as well. And just as a reminder then, to learn more, to sign up, here's the website again. Please take a moment. And even if you don't sign up, take a moment and go to the website. There's a lot of great information there, a lot of things you can do to learn and follow the World Cup, even if you don't sign up. But of course, we prefer that you sign up. So to wrap us up, the Industry 4.0 Club would like to encourage you to take action to advance the deployment of Industry 4.0. Read an article, attend a workshop, participate in the World Cup, if you will, or develop a smart manufacturing roadmap for your plant or company, or challenge your organization to move forward in the deployment of Industry 4.0. We'd like to know what you're doing, so please drop us a note on LinkedIn or at our website and share with us what you're doing to actually advance Industry 4.0 in your company. The club routinely hosts conversations like these on LinkedIn and YouTube. If you'd like to join us for a future broadcast, we'd be happy to have you. Please, again, drop us a note on LinkedIn or at our website, and we'll get back to you about that. Our website is www.industry40club.com, and follow our LinkedIn page. And on behalf of Ed, Leila, and Mike, we want to wish everybody a great rest of the day. Thank you, guys, for joining us.
And good luck with the competition.
Thank you both.
Thank you.